Please tie Chihuahua. This is the next Trinity initial grade piece. Welcome to Ritardando YouTube channel. This is Supreet. This piece is composed in 3/4 time inside, 3 quarter beats in each bar. You understand it's the meaning, and 3/4 means almost like it goes in a waltz. If you have a kind of a rhythm, then 3/4 built on waltz rhythm section. And we can say this please take Chihuahua. This is almost composed for 24 bars. That's the most longest piece of initial grade in this so far here than previous pieces comparatively. So I'm going to play it 126 tempo at the first 2 lines and then give a demonstration on this one. So this is the first 2 lines applied now, that's 8 bar. Let's start the tutorial observing the first bar treble clef. Complete silence will be there for the first 2 beats. The third beat you have the G note. Can you identify the note by yourself before looking my tutorial? So that's G note, and that's not the G of normal octave G. Here is my middle octave G, but it's to apply it's a higher octave G, and commonly understood if that's the maximum note pitch of this piece, then you have to use the 5th finger on that G. So that you're applying on the 3rd beat G, and also look at the dot above the G. That means that's say it's staccato. So you're not going to play for whole beat, though the time interval is a 1 beat, but you're going to play for a short time. So G, that's all you're going to play. And nothing better than the bass clef. The bass clef is whole rest. You see the whole rest sign there, but in this case whole rest is not always the 4 beats I was explained long back. Here in this piece, the whole rest means only for 3 beats. So you play on the first 4, 3rd beat G, and then in the second bar you enter, and in the second bar you have the notes E and C of same octave I'm playing here. So and E and C are connected with a slur line that's known as legato. So we have a connection E, C. So you're not supposed to play E and detach your fingers and play C. This is the wrong way of playing. You play E, C, and E, C have to be played in the first and second beat respectively, because music should always be played in the beats or rhythm. Then only it says it's going rhythmatically or in some structure format we say. So in the first beat you have the E, in the second beat you have the C, and on 3rd beat you're not to play anything, because 3rd beat you see the treble clef is completely quarter rest. So on 1 rest you're not playing anything. If you look at the bass clef, the first 2 beats are rest as had in the first bar treble clef. Now here the second bar, the bass clef, its first 2 beats is complete silence of quarter rest, and 3rd beat you have the G. First of all, sorry to say, this is not called as a bass clef, this is again treble clef. Yeah, because you see the sign is still treble clef. This piece doesn't have any bass clef. So you have the G note again. So this is the normal middle octave treble clef we say it's again. So the G can be played with first finger. You know why to take the first finger? Like why I'm not taking the 5th finger? Because if you look at the next bar, bass clef, after the G note you have the E and C. So coming here and here. So it's commonly understood that you can't take our little finger on G and then shift your fingers to E and C. That doesn't look professional way. So you take always the first finger on G here. That's only written note in the second bar. So far you completed the first 10 second bar. The first bar, first 10 2 beats are rest. 1, 2. It starts with the 3rd beat G, and next second bar comes the first beat E, second beat you have C, and 3rd beat you have the G staccato. The time when you play the 3rd beat G staccato and the same beat, you don't have anything to be played in the right hand, that should be tough for silence completely. However, this song, if you have the textbook, you can understand when you don't see the first 2 beats, rest is also written there. You don't see if you have a textbook because the song itself starts on the 3rd beat. Okay, this is about the first 2 bars. Going for the 3rd and 4th bar now. A 3rd and 4th bar, right hand. Again, if you look at the treble clef, I mean, not here we can't say the treble clef because both the clefs use their treble clef, so I can say. So the right hand, 3rd bar, you have the first 2 beats again rest. As you had the same thing as the first bar. Again, the 3rd beat you have a G note, and again the 4th bar you have with the F note and E connected with the legato F, E. And then 3rd beat you have the D note staccato. So from E note, from this what I was saying here, from this note to D there should not be any connection. That should be played is a non-legato because you don't see any slur line between them. So you lift your finger and then play D as a staccato. So you played G, then F, E connected, and then D. This is the way. Third and fourth bar, the timing sounds only for right hand like this. So first two beats rest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is how the timings of right hand. And left hand is again bass treble clef still. Third bar you have the E note with the third finger, because previous bar G you played with the thumb finger, first finger. E you have and connected to the C note with a slow line, so play with the fifth finger the C note. The second beat, sorry, I played D and C, my finger slipped, so E and C. And then the third beat you have again back to the G note, and that should be staccato. And remember, from this to G again you don't have any connection to be played as a slur, so lift your hand and then play G as a staccato. That's what you play in the third bar bass clef. So you played 1, 2, and 3. That's how you play. In the fourth bar turns you have F, E, first and second beat respectively on, and D comes the next on staccato. So lift your hand and then play the D with your fourth finger. So this is what you played. So third and fourth bar only bass clef with the timings. You play 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is what you apply in the bass clef timings. If you combine both treble and treble, I need to say both are treble and treble, right hand and left hand. Only for third and fourth, but it's going to sound 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is right hand, left hand. If I play all the whole line, that's it, all the 4 bars. If the first line sounds like this, however, the song starts with the third beat, so first 2 beats are nothing to play. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the first line. If you want to play a little faster without counting the numbers, 1, 2, gone. So 1, 2. This is so far the timings, and this should be played in forte because of the dynamics. Well, let's move into the second line. That's from 5th bar, so you can learn now 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. So second line totally fully. So second line, first of all, look at the treble clef. Okay, now you have some notes to be played. So please tie Chihuahua. This is the next Trinity initial grade.